I love being inside on a sunny day. It's the best.
So what was your New Year's resolution last year?
Don't get arrested. And the year before that was to shut the fuck up. Could I have a job? Like a job with a capital J?
Your English is so good.
Thank you. Thanks, Hon. You too.
You know what I mean? Maybe we can have an episode where we make kimchi
I don't
together.
want to be involved in that. It's too smelly. Alrighty, so welcome Maria Mo to the Banana Lab podcast.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well today. Yeah. Beautiful day here in Tamaki Makaurau.
Can't beat it, eh?
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
I love being inside on a sunny day. It's the best.
It's actually so blue outside at the moment.
Strictly an indoor creature.
Yep. So I'm really looking forward to this chat because we've been shit-talking and we've only been here for 5 minutes, so I'm very interested to see where this is going to lead.
Yeah, we're vibing.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty and having the crazy laughs, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Maria? What do we need to know? What's your story? Hit me.
Well, so 안녕하세요. My name is...
Such a good Korean name.
My name is Maria Mo. My Korean name is Mo Hiwon. 기쁠히 근원원.
Gotta get that.
기쁨의 근원.
That's a very lovely name.
Thank you. Yeah. I am a classical pianist / broadcaster for RNZ Concert. I teach. I give the gift of music to children.
Oh, so good.
By teaching them.
Inspiring the next generation.
Sure. And what else? Yeah, I just, exist as a person doing that kind of stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
That's great. So has music been your gig all along? That's the
I've
thing.
never had a job other than music. Like, besides like real brief stints at like maybe retail for a couple of months or hospo, always been a freelance musician.
Yeah.
Don't know what it's like to work a 40-hour week. So yeah.
I guess, and working on radio, does that feel like a real job to you as well? Or is it just like fun because you just get to talk to people, you just get to talk to the mic all day?
It's like my one thing that makes me feel like I'm doing a grown-up job because I actually get to go into like the studio and bump into other RNZ people. I'm like, oh my gosh, someone who's not 10 years old and younger.
True.
But even then, it's quite different from a job, I would say, because all I really do is talk about music. And, it's two of my favourite things is like talking and music.
That's pretty cool that you've managed to make a career out of that, eh?
Yeah, it kind of fell in my lap. It was really serendipitous. I was just, looking up, because I periodically do this. I'm always like, could I have a job? Like a job with a capital J. And then I was just looking up jobs, and then I saw, broadcaster wanted for RNZ Concert, and I was like, I could do that.
So had you done any kind of media stuff before that?
I'd done a couple of interviews with RNZ, just talking about music. I don't know how they heard of me, but did a couple of those things. But not really. I did student radio back in the day, but that was about it. Yeah.
Cool. So you're kind of like those Asian kids who go hard at music in high school, but you've made it your full-time gig.
I actually didn't go hard at
Oh,
music.
really?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so see, I went to Westlake Girls High School on the Shore, which is it's got a reputation for being a little bit intense in the music world. And basically you had these 15, 16-year-olds, they all had grade 8 or the diplomas or whatever, and none of them do music anymore. So that wasn't you.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I started doing piano like all Korean kids do, and I didn't even know I was good at it or anything. Thinking back, I was, but I never took it seriously, never thought about doing classical music. So I actually did some grade exams and then stopped having lessons towards the end of high school for some years, but I kept up playing piano just for NCA music credits.
Yes. Solo performance.
Yeah, exactly. So you just go and play something that you already know and get those credits. But one of those performances was in the last year of high school, and I sat down and I played, and I remember thinking, oh, was it all right? and the teachers were silent, like looking at me. And I was like, did I fail? And then the head of music said to me, you have to go to university and do piano performance.
Oh, wow.
And that had not occurred to me at all. This was year 13. I just thought that I'd go to uni and maybe study like journalism or English and then join a band and drop out.
Glamorous.
I always loved music, but I loved singing more, actually. So I did like barbershop and school musicals and things like that. But piano was always like the thing that I knew how to do but didn't really love. But when she made that suggestion, I was like, what? But then it also felt like a well-timed suggestion because the year was almost coming to an end. I had no idea what I was going to do at uni. So, I went to my parents and I said, my teacher said this and, what do you think? And they were like, you know what? Like, I think by that stage they were like, clearly you're not going to be a lawyer or a doctor. So,
Yep.
So, it was really late for me. Like, because most kids who end up doing music sort of go that straight and narrow from a young age. And so I ended up going to Waikato, and that ended up being like the best decision because I met a teacher who turned out to be the perfect fit for me. She kind of opened my ears, and I realised why people love classical music. Because before then I was like, why are we playing notes, like black notes on a white page written by dudes that are dead like 200 years? And then I realised, oh my God, this music can come alive, like off the page, and it's just kind of went from there. And
I love that. So you really went through a process of discovery of this thing that you were already engaged with.
yeah, except I was very disengaged from it. Like I liked some music, but I didn't really understand why there was such a big field of this industry of people who liked this boring music. But then once I actually really learned what it was about, I realised, this is the kind of music that encompasses the broadest breadth and deepest depth of emotions, for me at least. So the cool thing for me was that because I got into classical music relatively late, before that I listened to all kinds of music. I just loved music. So I, didn't just listen to classical. I listened to rock, hip hop, pop, whatever. And so that was really great for me because I feel like I have a pretty healthy diet or healthy field of references, I guess. Yeah.
But who were your iconic artists growing up?
Oh my God. Well, so in that year 13 year, 2004, very formative for me, I discovered the Beatles properly. Properly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not think you'd say the Beatles.
Oh, I love the Beatles.
Okay.
I mean, I went from loving, Weezer, Foo Fighters, Jeff Buckley, and I still love all those artists, but when it hit the Beatles, I was like, this is where it all came from. So in my, I'm going to say 7th form year, because I'm not used to saying year. That same music teacher realised, she must have seen something in me because she was like, you love the Beatles. Why don't you do your end of year big NCA project on the Beatles? Go and analyse the evolution of their style from their first album to their last album. And so my music classes were literally me listening to the Beatles, watching Beatles movies, and then doing a huge write-up at the end. And yeah, so Beatles, I love singer-songwriters.
I feel like you're a little bit more cultured than me because if I think back to my formative years and what artists shaped my life, I'm talking Shakira.
Oh, Shakira's awesome. T-Pain's awesome. NSYNC is amazing.
Fall Out Boy, Green Day.
I like Green Day. Fall Out Boy had some jams. No, I like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So people who only listen to one genre, I'm like, I mean, I kind of get it. You like what you like.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it.
People who only listen to K-pop.
Yeah.
I'm like, K-pop's great, but also you should know what they're referencing because so much of K-pop is influenced by hip-hop, for example. It's wouldn't it be better if you knew what the genesis was and then you have a wider,
diet
spectrum? Yeah, exactly.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I'm a terrible Korean because I don't like K-pop.
I don't like K-pop. I like the odd songs I hear. And I'm like, I can see why people like that, but I don't like it. And I'm going to probably get hate for this. I don't like it as an industry. Why are we having middle school kids,
like literally 12-year-olds,
like
giving up their entire lives,
exposing them, to the wider world where they are, inevitably sexualized way too young. And also, I don't know, like people might tell me differently, but do they sound different? Like,
no, they all sound the same.
They all sound the same.
Yeah.
They all have like this,
That's
similar
very
production.
reductionist of us, but they do.
And I get a bit face blind with them as well.
I know this is so
real
terrible.
Famous,
as Korean people, it's terrible to be admitting this, but it is true.
Unless they're real famous and I get a lot of exposure, I'm like I can't tell you apart. I can't. They all look the same. They're all pretty. They're all hot, quite handsome. But I'm like, 제가 되고, 제가 돼요.
I love that. Okay, cool.
I'm just old.
I feel heard. Thank you. What about K-dramas?
You know what? I just finished a K-drama the other day. It was called As You Stood By. And I think that the one really cool thing about the world becoming smaller through the internet is that things that only we loved are now actually getting appreciated by the wider world. And in that sense, I think K-pop's doing a great thing as well. Mm-hmm. I love K-dramas. I love K-movies. I think culturally we have a lot to be proud of, and classical musicians as well. Like Korean classical musicians are lit. Like they are so good.
Mm,
yeah.
Absolutely. So music's kind of been your thing, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And how has music shaped you as a person? Because it's been something that's been quite consistent for you, right?
For the longest time, I defined myself by being a good musician. And I think it's quite recently that I've realized that life is more than being good at music or being good at something.
What is it?
Well, because I think I got a lot of self-worth out of being a good musician. Initially, especially when I was studying as a student and stuff, I would win, local competitions or whatever and get good marks and feel like, I'm great because of this. But actually, lately I've been realizing there's more to life than music. Mm. So it will always be one of the most fundamental parts of me. But I've discovered that I also really like knitting, for example. I also really like, drag culture, as another example. Just there are so many things that are in this world that you don't want to just experience one aspect of what you might know. I don't know. So music, in a sense, yes, I'm a musician. I will always be a musician. Have I practiced in the last year and a half? No.
Do you have a piano at home?
I do have a piano. Yeah. And the funny thing is I'm constantly playing in my head, but I never listen to music.
Right.
I never listen to music.
Well, maybe
it's
you don't
weird.
even have to practice because you're visualizing.
I don't know about that, but I think it's also because when I was really in the thick of it, I was obsessed. Like I lived, breathed, played music. Music was my life. And I was thinking, I was like, I feel like maybe I listened to and played all the music that I possibly could want.
Right.
Really intensely in a big block in my late teens to late 20s for a whole decade, that now I just want to experience some other things in life. But
that's cool.
Yeah.
So knitting, drag culture, hit me. What else have we got going on at the moment? What's piquing the interest?
Honestly, I'm really boring. I like making things with my hands, so I like crochet and I like knitting. Those are pretty recent hobbies. I love my cat. I have also started to enjoy cooking a bit more. Actually, cooking.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do you like cooking?
Until now, it was more out of obligation, like what's in the fridge, chuck together a stir fry or a pasta. But
not a stir fry.
And this is linking back to K content.
Yes.
I finished Culinary Class Wars the other day because I know I'm like a year late, but I'm always like this. I'm always like a year late on catching up to like the latest hit thing. But I was in bed for about 2 weeks because I pulled my neck because I'm old. And I had nothing to do except watch Netflix. So I finally watched it all and I was like, cooking's kind of cool. Maybe I'll get more into it. So I made some New Year's resolutions, and that is to cook 3 dishes from like 5 different cuisines that I've never made before, like Korean, Japanese, Mexican, Italian, French, or whatever.
Yeah. Like 3 dishes a year? Or
No,
a
like
week?
throughout
or...
the year.
Yeah, okay.
So if I make it through, 15?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
3, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what have you, I mean, we're in November now. Mm-hmm. How are we going?
Oh, no, this is for next year.
Oh, it's for next
Yeah, I plan ahead. I'm like thinking long.
Oh, so you're not going to do it until we hit January is what you're saying?
No, you got to start January 1st, and then see how you go.
Okay.
Might not get through it all.
So what was your New Year's resolution last year?
Don't get arrested.
Year? Okay. Did you succeed?
I did. Because I was just like, set the bar low, then you will achieve. Did not get arrested.
I mean, we've still got 5 weeks to go.
I know. I spoke too soon.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Fingers crossed for you. So what are we thinking we're going to delve into? What kind of stuff are we thinking we're going to make?
Well, like when you watch cooking shows, they use like a lot of like, I don't know, wine reductions, and like they chuck a bunch of butter in there, and then they like
a good pan sauce.
Yeah. It's actually not hard to cook tasty food because what you need is salt, fat,
acid heat. Are you talking about the
I haven't actually watched that.
You should watch it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
So in that doco, they have the short ribs recipe.
Stuff like that.
Amazing.
Never made anything more complicated than fry, saute, boil. I really want to like, maybe have a chunk of meat sitting in my fridge marinating for days, and then like sous vide or whatever, sous vide, I don't know. Stuff like that.
I love this for you. Your imagination is going, and that's great. And I feel excited on your behalf around what creations you might make next year.
Yeah, and I've been baking, but I'm a terrible baker because I never follow recipes.
What have you been baking?
Well, I've been trying to create the perfect oat flour loaf because, like refined
Are you like
flour.
celiac or something?
Nah. I'm just like, I want to be healthy.
Why would you
I just got
rid
curious.
yourself of wheat?
I was like, if you can bake with flour, then surely you can bake with oat flour. So I've been grinding up oat flour and trying different, things and seeing what I can leave out, things, seeing can I reduce the sugar and like, so every now and then.
Success or just hard loaf of things?
Like, my husband will come home from work and I'll be like, I made this. And then I'm like, eat it. Help me eat it. So.
Nice.
Yeah, creating. I think I like creating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making things.
All
right. So maybe you can come back on next year and tell us about
how I went.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have been arrested by then.
True. But hey, it doesn't matter because it's weird in 2026. Would be in 2026
but
by
remember
then,
how
so.
I'm always late on the uptake?
True.
But although my goal was to not get arrested.
Yep.
And the year before that was to shut the fuck up.
Yep. Did you succeed in that one?
Not really.
Okay.
But I think that's like an ongoing one. Just shut up. Just shut up. Stop talking. No one needs to hear what you have to say. So that's why I'm going to go. Bye.
So you weren't born here, eh? You were born in Korea, is that right?
I was born in Korea.
Yeah.
My family moved to New Zealand in November 95. So what is that, like 30 years now?
On the dot.
Yeah. Oh my God. We've been here 30 years.
Well done. Is that good? Or does time fly when you're having fun?
It's weird because I still remember the day we landed, and like being hit with like, because I was hungry and the person who picked us up, because back then, we didn't really have internet. So they had these agencies that connected you to like, when
like
you first
migration
landed.
agencies,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the man who picked us up was like, do you want to have a pie? And I was thinking, yeah, pie, cool. Because you think pie.
Oh, what does pie mean in Korea?
Like sweet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like fruit pie.
Yeah.
But he took us to Georgie pie. And I remember being like, what is this brown muck?
Retro.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No, I thought it was weird. And then I think I also tasted mint chocolate chip ice cream that day for the first time as well.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
I see. What other kind of culture shocks did you have coming here? Because
my
you know,
God.
you were like a fully formed human by then, right?
I was, more or less. Just, I think I was too young to know what culture shock was. It was more just like homesickness. I was really homesick for a while. And again, we didn't have internet in 95.
True.
Not in households anyway. And so it was suddenly like I was cut off from everything I knew and then thrust into this whole new world. Whole new world.
Give us, you can sing it loudly, you know.
And like, you know, like...
Did you speak English?
Nah.
No? Okay, so that all of that was all new as well.
Like, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hello. You know, and like I remember we stayed at a motel for a couple of weeks until we found a house.
In Hamilton.
In Hamilton.
So, okay, I need to know, why Hamilton? How did that happen?
Because my parents, when they... So I think they went to like an immigration, like, what do you call it? Like a... Not like a seminar, but, you know, like an exhibition back home in Korea. And they were like, oh, New Zealand, that's a bit more accessible than the States or Canada or whatever. And at first they were like, oh, Christchurch sounds like a nice place. And then I think
Not
someone...
in 95 when there was no Asian people down there.
I don't know.
Far out.
But then someone told them, oh no, Hamilton's where it's going to like grow.
Who the hell
where
was
it's
that?
happening.
No
And so,
way. Do you reckon they would have paid people back then to say stuff like that?
who knows? All we knew about New Zealand back then was it's a place where you have more sheep than people and you can drink rainwater. There was like an ad on TV where there was like this white man in like a farmer's outfit and he was like receiving the water.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, I
So,
see.
you know, and then like for the first 3 years of my like time here in New Zealand, I moved schools 3 times, so I had no friends. And I was weird because, as you say, there weren't that many Asians. I think there were like maybe 7 Asian families in Hamilton, and we were like one of them.
Yeah.
And then I remember the year after we came, there was like a boom. It seemed like every week there was a new family coming in from Korea. And so the community really, really grew. But because I came before I had a strong sense of what it meant to be Korean, I think I grew up feeling like I was Kiwi, but being told that I was Korean by my parents.
Yep.
And yet those Koreans who came from Korea recently didn't accept me either, because I was probably a bit neither here nor there for anybody, you know, and I think that's a really common 1.5 gen kid issue. Because if I was born here, you know, then I could just be like, I'm Kyopo, you know, like, whatever, I don't know. But I was kind of like, but I read, speak, you know, like I'm Korean, but I don't like Korean culture, it kind of felt like. Because I think it's what made me be treated differently. So when you're a kid, you don't want that, you know? And so I didn't have Korean friends, not that there were that many Koreans anyway, but like I learned English by reading. I loved reading since I was a kid. And, you know, we went to a Korean church, as many Korean families do. I grew up in the church, but again, never felt at home in a Korean church, always felt like an outsider. And it's actually not until recently that I've felt like I'm Korean. They do say that, don't they? Like the adults.
You make sense of your identity in different kind of way.
Yeah, they say that the more you get older, the more you realise what your roots are. And that's definitely what happened with me.
So with this, I'll just point back here for a second. So the reason that this podcast is called Banana Lab is because it's this idea of, even though I was born here, I'm perceived to be Korean because I look Korean, right? Whereas on the inside, that's not necessarily my experience.
You don't feel Korean?
I don't feel... I feel neither here nor there as well. So you can see the Romy and the banana is not very happy because there's a little bit of confusion going on over there.
Yeah.
When I go to Korea, I feel like I'm overseas. Like I feel like I'm in a foreign place. And when I'm in New Zealand, although I speak perfectly, this is my entire life, I know that out there, if I walk into a room if I go to a conference or whatever, I know that I look different to everyone else.
Your English is so good.
Thank you. Thanks, Hon. You too.
You know what I mean? That's the weirdest question to get, or the weirdest statement to get. Oh, your English is so good. Or like, where are you from? You know, that age-old question.
I'm from the North Shore, bro.
I'm from Claudelands, Hamilton. You know what I mean?
Oh, Claudelands Arena?
It was
nice.
down the road from where I grew up.
Hamilton Gardens?
Not down the road from where I grew up, but everywhere in Hamilton is pretty much 15 minutes apart. So, but I think this is something that a lot of immigrants and their children talk about, like this being othered because of how we look, right? And on the one hand, I understand there is a point of difference that you can immediately tell because of our skin color and our looks and stuff like that. It is different. But then also it's kind of like quite an invasive question, especially to someone who you've just met. I'm like, I might be adopted. It might be a really sensitive issue. It might be that I don't know where I'm from. And you just feel like you can just go and ask that of someone. I think it's kind of a weird blind spot that people who ask or say those sorts of things don't realise. It's
almost like it's a novel experience to see difference, to see such visible difference for people.
And it's also like we live in New Zealand. This is an immigrant country. Like we're literally founded upon te tiriti, which is about immigration and how to coexist in a bicultural society. And then, you know, things grew from there. Why is it that you're still othering me?
And it's a thing, right? And, you know, I mean, that's a huge reason why we made this podcast, was because we know that experience. You know, I can walk into a room and meet a Korean New Zealander from my generation and bond instantly because there's a level of unspoken similarities in that experience, right? But we weren't seeing that really being reflected.
But also, as you say, like when you go to Korea, you feel like you're in a foreign country. Even though I say that I feel Korean, I mean, I still feel Kiwi as well, but even if I say that I feel Korean, if I go to Korea, I bet I'll stick out like a sore thumb.
Yes.
It's
because of like how you dress and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. If I dress like this in Korea, you know.
They'll be like, who that?
Yeah. She's weird. Why is she saying hello to people? Yeah. Why is she smiling? I don't know.
Yes. Have you noticed in Korea as well
I haven't been back since 2012.
Oh, really? How come? Just cause?
Haven't really. Well, I guess I didn't really want to. That's the thing. But my husband and I were going to take our belated honeymoon to Korea next year.
Yep. Is he Korean?
No.
Where's he from?
He's a white boy.
Ah, I see.
So he's Kiwi. His dad's Scottish. His mum is, you know, Scots-Irish, whatever. And actually, that's one of the things I liked about him, because dating as a 1.5 Jenner, you know, I have never dated a Korean person or an Asian person, but not by choice. It was like you always see Asians end up with Asians, and it wasn't like I was against that, but I was always ending up with people from the local culture. But one of the things I liked about my husband was he wasn't one of those people who asked, "Where are you from?"
Good.
You know, and
it's a low bar, right?
It's a low bar, but also one of, you know, that's another sort of litmus test for friends as well. When you first meet people, the ones who are interested in you as a human being and an individual, they have an implicit understanding, whether conscious or not, that they'll get to know about you when they put in the time and effort. They don't sort of take the shortcut of asking, "Where are you from?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
So next year you guys are going.
Yep.
What's on the itinerary? What's the must-dos?
There's so much. I've kind of been trying to collect ideas. I really want to do, I mean, obviously we have to go to Seoul because I want, like, I grew up in Gyeonggi-do. So I think as a family when I was young, we used to travel a lot around Korea, but I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I want to go to Seoul and I want to show, you know, Jordan, my husband, the capital city. But I also really want to do like Gyeongju, Busan.
Gyeongjubang? That's all I know about Gyeongju.
Gyeongju is like where all the like ancient ruins are and stuff.
Okay,
that's where they go to like their school trips and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's so much history there.
I see.
Like I want to do a healthy mix of modern and historical and nature. And I know Alex is from Busan, so no doubt I'll be like, write me some things to do, you know. And I want to like just go and eat.
Yep.
And I want to go to the dermatologist.
Oh, nice. They're just like every classic Korean trip. What about the comprehensive health examination? That's also a goodie in Korea.
Don't you have to be a citizen to get that?
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise you have to pay. But even then, I think it's like cheaper.
Probably.
Yeah, than here.
What do you want to eat over there? Because you haven't been there for a hot minute, so there must have been a bunch of stuff that you didn't get to try.
I want to eat stuff that you can't get in Auckland, like 평양냉면. I want to try that.
Yum.
I want to try not try, but you can get it here. But I really want to just go and eat like tteokbokki on the street.
Yes, delicious.
Like street food. And just like stuff that we have here, but you know is better over there.
Korean fried chicken?
I mean, sure. Jjajangmyeon, like all those sorts of things. You know, cafes and stuff. We've got good cafes here. I'm not that interested in like Western food. If I go to Korea and Japan, I want to eat Korean food and Japanese food.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yum.
I know.
I love to just go to the supermarket when I'm overseas.
편의점.
Oh,
Convenience
yes.
stores.
Yes.
I want to do
Yes.
massive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make some crazy noodle dishes with some
chuck some cheese into
sausages
the
and eggs
bulldog.
and-
Yeah.
Delicious. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. So how do you, kind of coming back to this conversation around culture and like differences, it sounds like we've had some similar experiences in that space, but nowadays, you know, you've got the benefit of hindsight of being an adult, so you've got a level of maturity when you think about these experiences and
Debatable,
whatnot.
but sure.
Sometimes. How do you make sense of your cultural identity these days? How do you kind of, you know, describe yourself or see yourself? Because I will often say I'm a Korean New Zealander, but I think I just default to that because those two facts, those two labels, Korean and New Zealander, they're undisputably true for me, right? So it's just easy for me to just say those two terms rather than delve into my uncomfortability with my cultural identity and all of that.
I have been thinking lately that I regret getting my New Zealand citizenship.
What?
Yeah.
No
because
way.
I could have just kept the permanent residency. But at the time, we never thought we would go back to Korea. Like there was no reason. We have our lives here. So
So have you given up your Korean citizenship?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think you're
rookie move, man. Rookie move. You know you can just keep it on the DL and have both, right?
At the time, we were like, we're not going back. Might as well. And it's kind of like what we did as well. Like families who moved here after a long time, they get the citizenship so that they cement their sense of belonging, I guess. I don't know. And maybe it's got more perks that we don't know about or whatever. But now I'm like, I wish I could have kept residency so that I could go back and forth as I please. And that would have opened some doors for me into maybe even giving a go at living over there for a while. But now I can't. What does it mean to be a Kiwi? I think that's
deep.
That's the question, because I think I kind of know what it means to be Korean. I think I understand very Korean concepts of like emotions or cultural traditions and stuff like that. Kiwi, New Zealander, I'm not Māori, so I can't say I have a strong, deep connection to Te Ao Māori, for example. So I respect it, but it's not part of my heritage or identity. So what does it mean to be Kiwi? Well, I live in New Zealand. Is that it? In that sense, I guess I'm Kiwi. But maybe that's why I've sort of gone back to feeling more in touch with my roots and things like that as I've grown older. And especially not going into politics as such, but just because Korea's gone through a whole heap of political turmoil recently.
Oh my gosh, Korean politics are insane.
Fascinating.
I don't know why people don't talk about it more. It's crazy.
So
scandalous.
And that whole debacle piqued my interest and, you know, got me thinking about what it means to be Korean, what it means to be a democracy, what it means to have not the burden, but I guess a burden in a sense that you have to be respectful of it, like the legacy of those people who came before me, because they do have direct, you know, connections to my heritage. And that sense of claiming that I don't have as a New Zealander, you know? Like, I think I feel more strongly about, say, like, Korean Liberation Day than, say, like, Anzac Day. Because my ancestors didn't fight in the Gallipoli, you know, wars and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have family who were oppressed by the Japanese, for example, you know. So in that sense, it's a difficult question. It's a real mixed bag. Am I Kiwi? Yes. I don't know what that means, though, I think is my answer. Am I Korean? Yes. But probably not to Koreans.
Yeah, so together, I get what you're saying. What does that actually mean? Because you're right, there's no clean definition on what fits into the bounds of those terms, eh?
No.
Okay, interesting. All right, Maria, so before we finish up, just gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions, okay?
Hit me.
Favorite flavoured pie?
Chicken. And no. Actually, I have a good answer for that. So there's a cafe called the Blue Rose, and they sell
in Sandringham.
Yep. They sell like Pacifica and Māori food.
Yum.
And I love their hangi and boil up pies. So that's my answer.
Yep. Good answer.
Scratch the chicken.
Great answer. Okay, Whittaker's or Cadbury?
Whittaker's.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Korean food or non-Korean food?
Korean food.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay. Favorite jjigae?
순두부찌개 or 육개장.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you make your own kimchi?
No.
Hell no.
I'd like to, but I feel like it would be a real waste of ingredients.
Hey, maybe that's one of the things that you can do next year.
Maybe we can have an episode where we make kimchi
I don't
together.
want to be involved in that. It's too smelly.
No, my mummy gives me my kimchi.
That's very nice. Banana Lab podcast, love or hate?
Love.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on the show with us, Maria. It's been lovely to have you on today, and I look forward to talking to you about all the amazing things that you make next year.
Whether I got arrested or not. Yeah. No, thank you for having me. This was really fun. I felt like I was talking to an old friend whom I just met today.
Lovely.
And all the best.
Thank you very much.